Supreme Rice. Since the 1930s, supporting Louisiana farmers and communities throughout Louisiana. To find out more, go to supremerice.com. Live at lunch.
You are looking live.
Live at lunch. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
What the hell's going on out here?
Now, here's Jimmy Ott and Charles Hannegriff.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live? Is it live?
From Valley Sportsbook and Casino, downtown Baton Rouge. Welcome to the Thursday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hannegriff, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro, Mike Delicano with us.
Is that that
Thursday.
guy?
That's that guy.
Who is that guy? That guy.
It's our Thursday guy. We are right here in
He's
the
the guy that
beautiful
used to rough up Kim Mulkey in the pickup games in Ruston.
Yeah, right.
Tiger Todd versus the Ham and the Little General, huh?
She probably led those games in scoring. Probably, she did.
Did you ever play pickup with her? You
No,
played basketball.
I used to play pickup with some of the players, but I don't remember Kim being out there.
Football players or basketball players?
No, some of the women's basketball
some of
players
the women's basketball.
would play pickup after later
Okay,
on
yeah.
in the spring, and
Gotcha.
there was a lot of guys would show up,
Yeah.
play,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
We're here in the beautiful sports book at Bally's. We got preseason action tonight. We're looking forward to, of course, the season starting and being able to spend Saturdays and Sundays and other days here at this sports book, which has got a screen at second to none. We got the sixth spot up today, showing some workouts and things like that, showing some games from last year. We're looking forward to the start. We'll have some NFL action tonight.
Multiple games
Preseason.
on NFL Network. Will have a doubleheader, although it'll be a little overlap, and then you got one of the networks showing one of the games, I believe.
Some of the teams even looking to play some real players tonight.
Most of them on a limited basis. Some none. Some more extensive, and some of the coaches again who do you know really? But there's one particular matchup that is the biggest. One team is not playing any, and the other is playing everybody. So
we start today with when I wake up every morning and start checking the news, you never know what you might see. Some of the late games that come in that you fell asleep before they went, or there's some breaking news somewhere, whatever. I could have guessed for 3 weeks about what story I would see first when I woke up this morning, and wouldn't have guessed the one that ended up happening. An attorney representing Jayden Daniels informed LSU through a cease and desist letter that they can no longer use his name, image, and likeness. This dispute coming from the fact that LSU is allowing DJ Pickett to wear number 5. My first impression was, you got to be kidding me. I immediately looked to see if this was fake news, okay? That if somebody just, people love to troll, they love to put out fake stuff and, get everybody going and like, aha, April Fools, except it's every day of the year now. I'm like, is this real? It's real. The statement.
Exasperated.
No, I really am.
You're talking about a guy that had no problem with any. Everybody loved him.
I literally can't believe
let him
this.
set the stage, Mike. He's been chomping at the bit on this one.
The Daniels family is deeply disappointed and profoundly disrespected by LSU's decision to give Jayden's number to another player. Jayden and his family had every reason to believe that his number would remain a meaningful part of LSU's legacy, would be honored and protected in recognition of his extraordinary contributions to the university. Lane Kiffin addressed this on Monday and said that this was a recruiting promise that was made under the previous administration that Pickett would be allowed to wear 5 when he got here. Contacting Brian Kelly, he said he didn't feel like it was appropriate last year to allow Pickett to do that. Kiffin met with the media midday on Monday. So once I got past the this is actually real, I get to this happened on Monday at noon. Maybe they got wind of it before that, I don't know, but that's when it became public. And this letter was filed yesterday, some 48 hours later. My first thought after finding out it was real was, you can't pick up the phone. I mean, maybe he doesn't know Lane Kiffin. Maybe he doesn't know DJ Pickett, but he damn sure knows Vera Jawsbury. The first thing you did was run to a lawyer's office and run a cease and desist. And I understand before anybody screams that it's his mom, it's his mom, it's his mom. I saw the Netflix thing too, okay? Jayden Daniels is an adult. No lawyer can put his name on something no matter what his mother says without his consent. So let's just stop right there. I don't doubt that his mother had some influence here, but Jayden Daniels' name is on this thing. He's got to be responsible. He's a grown-up. You can't pick up the phone and call Vera Jawsbury and say, hey, man, what's going on here? Can you put me in touch with the coach? Can you put me in touch with the kid? Can we work something out here? Okay? That's my first thought. You run to a lawyer's office. You get this thing filed in 48 hours. It was that big of a deal to you. I can't imagine. Then you want to cease and desist name, image, and likeness. So what does this mean? Does this mean that you want his name expunged from the record books? They've done that before for a very different reason, but they've expunged him. Do you want his name taken out of the record books? Do you want his name not to go up in Tiger Stadium one day, which it certainly would be? Do you not want the statue one day, which it certainly would be one day, out there in front of Tiger Stadium? Do you not want to bring your kids to Tiger Stadium one day and say, this is where Dad beat Alabama? This is where Dad, on the last play of the game, defeated the legendary coach Nick Saban. This is where Dad ran for, accounted for 600 yards against the Florida Gators. Not some rental win, the Florida flipping Gators. Dad had 600 yards that night. You don't want to bring your kids and say that. You want all of this. You want to throw all of that away. I was in the football ops building a couple of weeks ago when they were starting getting everybody straight. And it is a monument to LSU's football history, the walls of that place, okay? Every big moment, every great player, there's pictures and murals and everything. It's gorgeous, okay? It is a shrine to LSU. Is there somebody that's got to go over there today with a bucket of paint and a roller and cover up all of Jayden Daniels' images in there because you don't want to do that? Really? Are you kidding me?
You think that's going to happen?
Do I think that's going to happen?
Getting ahead of yourself.
No,
this is that's not going to happen.
I'm asking what he's asking for. You can no longer use my name, image, and likeness. That's the emotional part of all this. The practical part of it is that LSU hasn't retired numbers since 2007. It is a little confusing because they do retire jerseys. In fact, they're retiring Burt Jones's jersey this fall, number 7, but that doesn't mean that nobody can have 7. The only number that's retired is Billy Cannon's. Okay, LSU university-wide policy in all sports, 2007, we're no longer retiring numbers. Okay, there's some people that are grandfathered in, like Skip Bertman, Shaquille O'Neal, and there's others, but they're not retiring numbers anymore. How many double numbers do you think LSU has on their roster? You can use 0 now, so there's 100 numbers available. You can have 105 on the roster. You know how many double numbers?
I hate that. I hate double numbers.
I do too. Okay, sometimes it's necessary because obviously the skill position people can't use lineman numbers.
Right.
LSU has 28 double numbers on their roster, including some double starters, and 2 players have number 21, which Jerry Stovall wore and is on the facade and is not retired. I don't think that Michael Turner and Caden Jones are attempting to disrespect Jerry Stovall. They just got number 21. There's about 8 lineman numbers that are not being used because they don't have that many linemen. I don't get it. I understand that numbers are important to kids, that they're important to players. I get that. But is this really the way you wanted to pursue this? I couldn't be more shocked. Because Jayden Daniels was as hard a worker, as good a player, as likable a person, as removed from any kind of drama or controversy as any star that's ever been through here, in my opinion. Jimmy, I was blown away by this. I really am shocked that he would want to just basically disassociate over all this after 2 days.
It's unfortunate. There's no doubt, and it's not just causing a little bit of a ruckus in Baton Rouge, but it's also the Commanders fans are not thrilled about this. This is August. These type of things. I mean, we're dying. I get a kick. We ran a soundbite on Monday, and I heard the soundbite evaluated, but I heard 4 different interpretations are all completely different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We overanalyze the sound bites. It's August. You're on pause before you're that close to the football season. And, you know, the media's wanting about access and this and that and who's playing tonight in the 6 preseason games. So it does make a mark. If this is on a Saturday, you know, when we were getting ready to play Texas or something, okay, in early November, yeah, it makes it, but it's not. Everybody's talking about this.
Yeah.
You know, the wrestling guy McAfee and Kyle Hurd and ESPN and the college sports. You know, everybody, Mike and Mike before us, everybody's talking about it. And so, the one thing though, you say pick up the phone. Should Kiffin have picked up the phone too and say, hey man, I got a recruit that he wants the number. He wants to play a number. But keep in mind, the numbers are a big thing. You mentioned big things to the kids, especially the single-digit numbers, as is 9.
Right.
And trust me, there's been a player that's come through since Joe Burrow here that's once 9. Mm-hmm. Nobody's worn 9 since him.
Right.
So they're both Heisman Trophy winners. You know that you can. It depends on what you want. Do you want more yards and touchdowns? The wins is the big difference. Yeah. But Daniels he has made more yards per attempt by gap, way more rushing yard. You can make it. You can interpret that they're both unbelievable seasons. I mean, awesome seasons. And we still think Burrow's the best to come through here, but in a way, Daniels had a better. So, to the parents, Daniels has to stand up to his mom at some point. There's no doubt. And I think that's in hindsight, this is where he has hurt himself in his image because, as you pointed out, he has to give his blessing to it. You can't put a legal document out with his name on it and without his blessing. And so, but, you know, they don't retire the numbers. And, for instance, like Oklahoma, I heard Dusty Dvorak talking about it. Baker Mayfield won it. There's been 6 different players wearing number 6 since. Mm-hmm. Everybody handles this differently. And they do it, and we know the recruiting, and we know, you know, you got to re-recruit your roster. I'm sure somebody was offering DJ Pickett. He had multiple offers from competing teams. I mean, the whole bit. But and one thing is, all the numbers in the jerseys, like, you know, when the wide receiver that was Rodgers' main threat with the Packers, who's been with a number of teams now.
Devontae
Adams. He talks about with the Jets when this guy, he wanted $1 million for his number. Yeah. And he went to Woody and said, Woody, this guy wants it. He said, he just took it all for nothing. So now you got nothing instead of $50,000 cash. Right. You know what you offered. I get, it's a nothing burger to me. So, but why make something out of nothing kind of deal? But there's the first Heisman Trophy winner at LSU. He had some missteps along the way. His statue is out there. His jersey is retired. Okay, this kid still deserves his statue out there. Mm-hmm. He still has his whatever jersey or number. I kind of. Really, there's a difference. I guess
there is.
Well, how many times you've heard people say his jersey's retired?
Correct.
And the number. You mean their number?
It's confusing.
Okay.
It's why I prefer Ring of Honor to retire.
Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor is the way to go.
Because you can't retire. You can't just retire all the jerseys you want to put in your Ring of Honor.
Correct.
You have too big of rosters.
We just went through. You get 28 double numbers.
Especially the single.
Be like the Yankees. Everybody wearing number 78.
The shortstop comes up. He's wearing 96.
And here's the single digits. Here's the single digits. Here's the single digits. Why I'm saying, trust me, there's been somebody who wants 9. Because you see a lot of wide receivers or quarterbacks that will look at 177. But there are a lot of linemen that want 9. They want 0. They want 5. They want 1.
Right.
I mean, I just had a kid play ball. I mean, I kind of worry. It kind of raises a caution sign for me when kids or players are worried about things that don't matter. You know, whether it's their gear and how they look, or, you know, be careful of the one that really looks sharp out there. You know, it's football, man. You got to get nasty. You got to get dirty. And so I just kind of a nothing burger, but it's a misstep by him. And he's going to – Charlie's not the last, won't be the first of a kid who's at some point got to just put his foot down with his parents.
The timing is so weird. They're in the middle of training camp. I mean, how does that even come up now?
Because it became public money.
Well, that's true. But
when did he send it?
Yeah, when did it?
Yesterday.
Yeah, but why do all this now?
It became public yesterday.
It became public Monday, so it's sometime between Monday and yesterday the letter was sent.
You sure? Okay.
Not 100%, but if
it could have been sitting on Virg's desk for a week or two.
It could have,
a
but
month.
It's still training camp. A month makes
DJ Pickett was listed as number 3 until we saw him out there.
For the Commanders fans' perspective, like to Mike's point, please tell me this is not in the middle of a training camp. This is going through your mind.
Maybe this has been going on for a month and we just didn't know about it. So I do need to clarify that. But it became public on Monday with the number.
Now, he would mention a little bit, man, borrow this, borrow that, borrow that. Well, that's just he was playing at a high level. He could only do so much for the team. He did his part.
Yeah.
Okay, he can't play defense.
No.
All right? But he was so good. But he would say that, he's following the best player that ever come through and at his position, who won the Heisman, the first quarterback to win everything, the 15-0 season, everything that was there. So it's going to have some of that. But in some people's mind, there's nothing that Daniels could have done that would have trumped Burrow. And he heard some of that. And he mentioned it a little bit, but this is not his personality.
It's not.
It's not. It's really
isn't.
So.
And just on the subject of retired numbers, because this has come up on the show before, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this. I'm not a retired numbers guy. No. If somebody came out there and wanted 9, it would not offend me if somebody wore 9. It wouldn't offend. This is going to really piss some people off, but it really wouldn't offend me if somebody wore 20. Okay, it's a number. It doesn't diminish what Burrow or Daniels or Cannon. No, nobody's worn 20 since Cannon.
Okay. Well, his number's basically retired.
It is retired. But if they had some hotshot recruit out there and the family signed off on it or whatever.
What about for your Heisman Trophy winners?
Okay, I thought about that. You could do that if you wanted to. They've also got this tradition over there where they're giving 18 and 7 to the best players on the team. What if the next Heisman Trophy winner at LSU is wearing 18 or 7? Then nobody can wear that again. Any way you do it, that's why I'm just like, wear the number. It doesn't disrespect the legacy of any of these guys, and I would say that with the Saints too. Somebody wants to wear 9. If you got the cojones to wear 9 in black and gold, go right ahead, because my memories of Drew Brees or Joe Burrow or Jayden Daniels, it's got very little to do with the number. And I know the players feel differently, but that's just me as a fan. It's not a sign of disrespect to me. But I didn't wear the number, so I get it. I know a lot of people disagree with that.
Well, what about if somebody wanted to play 9, wear 9, do you call Burrow and say, look, Joe, what do you think about
what if Pickett wanted highly recruited? What if Pickett wanted on?
Pickett was one of the most highly recruited guys in the country.
I don't have
talking about after his season
DJ Pickett out of high school.
Out of high school.
Highly recruited
he was a
guys
freshman All-American. I'm sure he was just as
he could have
gone anywhere. And that's one of the few guys that would have enough as a recruit where they would even, entertain him.
Should somebody have called Daniels? Probably. It would have been the courteous thing to do. But at the end of the day, if you're asking me, wear whatever number you want. I really would.
It's kind of a big nothing burger, but does it create a distraction for Kiffin and for their preparation?
Well, doesn't help, but I think he can, because now if
that's all I care about.
If he had been the one to promise 5 and had not coached Daniels, I think it'd be a bigger deal, because then Lane would have to explain himself. He passed the buck pretty good on Monday. He's like, as the previous staff, they promised him, so I'm going to honor that promise. I didn't do it. I'm honoring a promise that somebody else made. So I think it'd be a bigger distraction if he had promised Pickett 5 and had not coached Daniels.
It's a shame, because the parents, I think, did a good enough job to where this kid was a pretty respectful kid. For the most part. Oh. He's not a concern. He's not one of these guys you got to sweat. He's going out in the club. He's carrying a gun. He's dealing drugs. Some of the things that we see with some of these ball players,
right?
Okay, shaving points. This guy is. So they did a pretty good job with him, but I don't know, man. It just kind of This it just is not typical. But he's an adult now, and he's got to put his foot down. Even it's hard to do sometimes.
One good thing with LSU fans, Kiffin's used to handling distractions, so he's
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
And one more.
He's good at creating them too.
One more thing on the parents, Jimmy. We're assuming, because we've seen the mom on Netflix and stuff like that that she's behind this. Maybe this is all Daniels. Maybe he's certainly going to be asked about it. I think I agree.
My money's against it.
The money's against it.
I've never lost a bet, Charlie.
Thank God we're here. He's going to get asked about this. We'll see what he has to say whenever the Washington next media availability.
By the way,
he's going to throw it. If he's timid enough to not stop his mom from doing this, I don't know if he's going to throw her under.
By the way,
he's going to have to answer for it one way or the other.
Yeah,
he's
going to
got some AI stuff. Regina Jackson obtained her NFLPA certification in 2024, becoming his sole certified agent. She guides his off-field career, contract context, and business decisions to protect him from external pressures and bad actors.
She's his agent.
She's got power of attorney?
She has openly discussed her protective stance regarding her son's circle and public profile, emphasizing strong family values and guidance.
So control what you control. Did LSU have a misstep on allowing, Daniel's number to be worn in Burrows?
I mean,
no. Nobody's wearing Burrows.
I told you what I would do. I'd let anybody wear whatever.
Did anybody ask to wear? But anybody asked to wear?
Should they have asked him? Probably so.
No.
But pick up the phone. Okay. Live at Bally's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Show's available on demand, 1045ESPN.com, LouisianaSports.net. Presented by Supreme Rice, celebrating 90 years in business in 2026. Board of Louisiana farmers, go to SupremeRice.com. And speaking of LouisianaSports.net, while we were in that segment, Matt Moscona put a story up that says that Jayden Daniels personally reached out to LSU leadership before fall camp.
Personally, himself.
Yes, that is the exact wording.
This is him.
To express his displeasure with the decision to allow DJ Pickett to wear number 5. He was made aware of the decision when promotional photos leaked of Pickett wearing the number. Now, you asked me during the break if they had a roster out during media days, which they did, but I don't remember if Pickett had 3 or 5 on that roster. I would think he still had 3 on that roster because it was such a noticeable thing that everybody that was at practice reported on it when he showed up with 5 at the beginning of the week. So my guess is, and I don't remember, I didn't look at it, but my guess is that the roster that LSU had out at media days a few weeks ago did not reflect this change. I could be wrong on that. So
it's disappointing.
Yeah,
he reached out personally, but then now his mom is following up. She wants the Heisman Trophy now.
Yeah, they're asking for the Heisman Trophy back, and
then when I got on, you maybe say, Charlie, you getting ahead of yourself? No, you aren't, because then this does jeopardize that long-term relationship.
It's a lose all the way around.
Yeah,
man.
Just stop, dude. It's before fall camp, so that's before training camp as well, at least.
That makes sense.
But man, this is just for him. That what Matt's reporting, he personally did it. He reached out to LSU to express his displeasure. Wow.
And they did talk about, the reason that LSU put the no retiring of jerseys in 20 years ago is just for what we're talking about. You run out of numbers. Where do you stop? Whose name's up on the thing? Whose number is up on the thing? It's a lose-lose all the way around. And I'm sure Daniels, like I said, whenever Washington's got another media availability, he's going to have to answer for this one way or the other. And I don't know, at some point we'll hear from Verge on this. What did LSU tell him, in regards to this?
God, August just got a lot longer. This is so dumb. This is so dumb. It's ridiculous.
That is my wish.
It's ridiculous.
That we could skip from July to September every year, but que sera.
This is what you worried about.
And that, the other thing Matt reported here is that Pickett, when he was negotiating to return to LSU, that money was not the source of the negotiation, but the jersey number, and LSU confirmed this.
And it's
It's very important to him, obviously.
If you tell me this Johnny Manziel's doing this, when he's flunking out, he's got, he's just wasting his chance, and he didn't have. This guy's got a shot to be great.
Yes.
I mean, as far as rookie season,
he was great.
That team to the NFC
That was a
Championship.
great season for him.
Phenomenal.
It was.
I mean, that's so much better than so many Hall of Fame. That's one of the best rookie seasons ever.
Without a doubt.
Ever. And this is what you worried about, dude? Come on, man. You got. I mean, how many people that could run like the wind like him could feather and throw a touch and accuracy like him, man. And this is what you worried about.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Charlie. Legacy.
I just never thought we'd be talking about this today.
This is aggravating the hell out of me. Let's talk to Colucci. The Chad Reynolds, the Legacy Title for all your real estate closings, 296-0060. Full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Fast, friendly, professional service is what you get with your long-standing staff. Ashley Donald, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Marion Haynes, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing, nobody chooses but you. Choose Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title, 296-0060. The golf, the replays. I mean, the replays look good. The practice film looks good on this screen here at Bally's.
Gorgeous.
If you flip 6 games tonight, Saints game Sunday, Sunday fun day over here at the Bally's and the DraftKings Sport, and way more betting options on the menu. Not as much as regular season, but even in preseason, more than as much as anybody out there. There's no doubt about that with the DraftKings menu.
Live at Bally's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
It's time. It's now Colucci time. Dwayne Colucci is back to give his best picks on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Colucci Tom, how you doing, buddy? You still in Del Mar?
Yeah, of course. Getting ready for the track in a little bit and, just looking for some winners. Didn't have a bad week last week. Basically, broke even. I had, done? Friday or Saturday, I hit that late pick 5 that got me going, paid like $3,700. We had Butter and that great exacta that we hit, last Thursday. So hoping to keep the trend going, brother, definitely. And the weather's been great. A little cloudy today and damp, but that's what they say for the rest of the weekend. We'll see how it plays out.
Oh, let me tell you about them cloudy forecasts in Del Mar, okay? I mean, it's sometimes it will stay a little cloudy until sometimes it just opens up and it ain't a cloud in the sky. So, but anyway, I mean, jeez. But first of all, congratulate Butter. Did hit the exacta. For a $1 exacta, it paid about $35. So well done. So we appreciate that. I had that exacta, so we appreciate that pick last week. But I mean, Charlie, how long can a person possibly stay in Del Mar on vacation? I mean, how long are you going to be there?
2.5 weeks is the limit. If you're visiting from Louisiana, 2.5 weeks is the limit.
Until Jayden Daniels gets his Heisman back.
If you go from Vegas, I guess it's longer.
I'm going to stay forever if I hit the lottery.
So anything? Do you have any picks at the track today, like you gave us last week?
Yes, I do. Hold on. I got one in the 5th race. It's the Drysdale horse. Hold on. Let me get the name for you.
5th at Saratoga?
No, that's at Del Mar today. Yeah. We're going Del Mar today. So
okay.
Hold on. Yeah, we got the Neil Drysdale horse. Number 3, Butterfly Beach. 7-2, Joel Rosario and Neil Drysdale. The horse broke bad and stumbled and got crushed basically at the start. He was never involved in his last race. Plus, he's dropping down several levels to the non-winners of 2 now. So we should be able to get a decent price because you know how it is here at Del Mar. Everybody's got an angle. So looking at the 5th race, number 3, Butterfly Beach. That's Joel Rosario and Neil Drysdale.
Morning line, 7-2. The favorite will be Magical Miss at 3-1. The 8 with Ricardo Gonzalez, the Richard Ballasar. So there we go. So got to beat right next to Dad's Bad Bunny now.
Hey, from
So,
butter
the
to
number 2
butterfly.
Yes, butter to butter. Hey, how about Charlie, huh? He's got a way with words.
Charlie's the
Huh?
best. He's got those one-liners. He's got them lined right up. kid.
Easy to remember.
You need this
Charlie
guy
at the
around all
Improv. Yes, yes. He's trying to put.
Lovely.
He was putting in a bid. He was putting in a bid in the during the break. There's a package deal, an LSU memorabilia package deal. Jayden Daniels jersey and a complete linebacking book authored by the former defensive coordinator Luke Tepper. So they
We had a copy of that book at the radio station for years. You know where it stayed?
probably under the sacked books
In the bathroom.
in the bathroom.
Only recently was thrown away.
All right.
Bathroom research.
Yeah.
All right, you made a mention last week because we had the Hall of Fame game last Thursday night, but we got 6 games to start the first full week of NFL preseason tonight, and there's a lot of variance on, the availability of the starters and key players. You said you just kind of said, yeah, it's a little tougher than you think. It's a battle of information here, right between the sharps and the bookmakers. Chet, give us a little peek behind the curtain on how that works for preseason, Dwayne.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough, I'll be honest with you. As a bookmaker, it's easier if you pay attention and you get these rotations of, backup quarterbacks and third stringers for the general public. And people say, oh, how do you know? How do you know? Well, do a little research. And definitely, you see these lines move like heartbeats. Games are all over the place. Pittsburgh, Green Bay, all over the place. Cincinnati, all over the place, and definitely, guys like Burrow and Goff aren't going to really play, but you have, you get a good sense of who the backup is, and maybe Detroit a little up against it without Bridgewater now as well, because he retired midweek. So, you do some of these little homework things and get these little glitches, and definitely you could turn it into a profit. It's definitely favorable, I always say, for the consumer in the preseason. And I always made a ton of money in the preseason. Just do a little research, and bookmakers have to be concise, and we got to make these moves very quickly when we learn of, people being injured, guys retiring mid, preseason, what have you. So it's definitely a tough go as a bookmaker. But the public is definitely, all over the NFL. They're betting. It's great to see football now for the remainder until February, basically. So it's going to be just awesome.
One of the big line movements is the San Francisco-Tennessee game, and San Francisco got an established coach, established team, a team that came off a lot of injuries last year that said they're basically playing 0 starters tonight.
Hey, is the coach even going to be a factor? I mean, is his head into it after that catastrophic car injury? He's still recovering. So great point, Jimmy. Like you said, why risk injury? And these are the things of why you're seeing a 4-point move on that game.
Now, expected us 49ers started tonight. Mac Jones played better than a lot of starters did last year when he played. So he'll start for San Francisco. Tennessee, on the other hand, first-year coach Cam Ward, and most of the starters are playing a good bit tonight. Now, will that be a quarter? Will that be multiple series and then they bow out? But, the new coach said and also is starting quarterback. And they got some guys, some backup quarterbacks with some starting experience as well. It's Levis, and I know Hendon Hooker's there as well. Is he the third? Is he the 3?
That's the 3.
But he also said that Cam Ward needs to learn our new system. So they want some reps for the number 1 overall pick.
I forgot one. Mitchell Trubisky is also there.
That's the one.
Okay.
Trubisky and Levis have starting experience. So a lot of
but what's scary, guys, is like you said, heading into the regular season, they're already conceding and holding the cards out that they're not going to be prepared. That means Tennessee. If you need Cam Ward out there to learn the whole new system, I don't care if Trubisky, Levis, all these guys are there. They need to learn the new system as well. So, it's just funny how even in the preseason games like this, where you see a favorable line movement for a team, the team may take steps back when they start the regular season because they're just not prepared.
Mike Burrow, Chase Higgins, and even their new pickup on the defensive side, Dexter Lawrence, all will start. Is saying anywhere for Taylor saying anywhere between 1 to 2 series or 16 to 18 snaps.
Well, they're trying to establish a whole new mentality because Cincinnati since Taylor's been there, starts off slow every single
last
year.
year they played their starters.
They did it again last
year.
They
went 2-0 when
they
he was
started
healthy.
off quicker, and that's what they want to do. They got to establish a defensive presence. Maybe it'll be just a series or two, but they're trying to change the whole culture over there.
Dwayne, if y'all have any significant action, and talk about the reduced limits as well for preseason.
Yeah, definitely. Caesars, they don't reduce much. But there is a reduction. They're not going to take these huge bets that they normally take in the regular season, and it's just a protection factor. Guys, announced that they're not playing right at game time, and there's a lot of different things going on, especially in the locker rooms, especially with the superstar players and avoiding injuries. So, you have to make adjustments. You have to protect yourself. I know the public, it should take limits like it is the Super Bowl, and it's not like that anymore. You have so many different, happenings in the NFL, and it's a business. You have to understand that as well as, gambling on it. So definitely we have to regress a little, not as much at Caesars as, some of the free brick and mortar standing places like we used to do. But, we'll put the limits to who we know are our regular consumers, and definitely we'll be perceptive to what's going on. And as the preseason rolls on, you see the limits become higher and higher.
When it was a Rampart in conjunction with the South Point, was it how much was the reduced limits at that point?
I would say, Chris, it depends on who the customer was. And
okay.
I'm not going to speak for Chris, but, I've seen him take 2-3 dimes, straight over the counter, maybe even, 5 or 6. So, I'm not sure what he's doing now, but Caesars, they have the mobile. We have all the kiosks, and definitely, they're just going to have themselves wide open. We love having that expanded betting menu. Maybe not as many player props in the preseason, but wait until you see the regular season. It's just going to be crazy on the amount of offerings we have. And, we got so many offerings for the regular season already. It's just going to be so exciting. We'll make playoff props, win totals. Who's going to win the division, who's going to win the AFC or the NFC. Just a lot of excitement, especially when you're dealing with the NFL and Caesar Sports.
And Indianapolis, no Daniel Jones tonight. Anthony Richardson and Riley Leonard for the Colts. New England resting most of their starters. They're not even giving them a series or two. Tommy DeVito, baby. Tommy Cutlets is starting yet. Yes, indeed, he's starting. So maybe he'll show up for his pizza parlor appearance. So Trey Lance, Max is excited for the Chargers tonight. Houston, 0 starters. It'll be Davis Mills and Grant Mertz pulling the trigger for the Houston Texans tonight. And Cousins will start for the Raiders, but extensive time for Mr. Fernando. So Fernando Mendoza. So Brissett will start and play 1 to 2 series for Arizona.
See, Carson that can build when he comes in the game on the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. if he plays like he did last Thursday, I think I'm leaning more toward he'll eventually get a start for the Arizona Cardinals. Love was coming back and forth. Now they're saying he's expected to start the top 5 pick out of Notre Dame, so we'll see about that. And then you were still trying to figure out Green Bay and Pittsburgh. Green Bay, LaFleur says that, well, we're not totally sure about Love playing tonight. Okay, well,
he's never sure.
And in Pittsburgh,
how I feel about him. He's never sure.
And
about anything.
Pittsburgh says it's a game time decision for our starters. So
is this a playoff game?
Rodgers making a play. How can Rodgers play?
Yeah,
a little bit coy for a preseason game, huh?
Right,
hey,
Charlie.
Just like this, a little excessive for the Carolina League. I mean, come on, it's preseason. Go play.
Exactly.
Mike, what's your thoughts on rest?
San Francisco, from reports last week, they had 20 people injured last week. San Francisco kept so I can see them just
hey, man, we need rest.
We followed the Saints a lot here, and they've had above-average injuries the last few years. San Francisco's had more than everybody, and for whatever reason, it looks like it's hitting them again. And
power plant, huh?
I've heard about the power plant, and like Dwayne just said, their coach even got injured, in a car wreck.
Yeah, that was serious.
So he is supposed to coach, from what I've read. So that's kind of I don't really blame them on that. The Saints. are doing drills with Jacksonville right now. They're really paying their starters a lot right today, but they will not be playing their starters on Saturday.
Well, in Shanahan also traditionally in the past he has rested his starters.
Okay.
So even more so this time. And he also pointed that they got a lot of in a control scrimmage is when they got a lot of work in. All right, Dwayne. Anything else? You got anything else on this preseason? Before we're just pausing here in August before we get to the real stuff right around the corner.
Yeah, just can't wait. And, baseball playoffs will be firing up pretty soon, too, as you start to see everything in the demographic change, with these division races. It's going to be very interesting. Will Aaron Judge ever come back? That's what's hilarious with the Yankees. I don't know how serious this injury was, but we obviously didn't get the real, gist of it when all is said and done. So it's going to be great to see how the baseball plays out and ready for college, too. Don't forget college right around the corner.
Follow Colucci on Twitter at NYBookie Dwayne. Enjoy where the surf meets the turf out in Old Del Mar. Good luck to you at the track, and tell Dad we said hello.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks, Charlie. Love you guys. Say hi to everybody in fabulous Baton Rouge.
Thank you, Colucci. Live here at the Sportsbook at Bally's, downtown Baton Rouge. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I want to ask for your help with a fundraiser that's going on Saturday for Lexi Brignac, the young lady who is fighting cancer. It's a big schedule of events in Gonzales at the VFW Hall. That's on Church Point Road. Starting in the morning, they'll have a jambalaya cook-off from 7 until 10. There's a car show. There's a silent auction. There is a live auction, a party, live music, lots of fun. It's a great day for community, and of course, we're looking to help that young lady who's been in this long fight with cancer. That's coming up this Saturday.
Oh, looking forward to going, man. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. The jambalaya cook-off starts at, it's 7 to 10 a.m., so, and then they judge. They announce the winners at 12:30, so, of course, they'll be selling the plates as well. Car show from 9 to noon. You got a live music with Dustin Guidry from 11 to 12:30. The Peyton Falgout Band from 1 to 2:30. 50-50 pull, so that'll go at 2:30. So silent auction, that's it. That closes at 3 o'clock. A live auction 3 to 5 p.m. and then party at Joe's after. So that's all Saturday. So Charlie, looking forward to heading out there for a great cause. Great cause. Girl played high school volleyball, 20 years old, fighting cancer. So doing our part. We'd be more than happy to do our fair share. So. How about the Cubbies, huh?
6 games in Major League Baseball this afternoon. The Cubs are within 3 of the division-leading Brewers. Alex Bregman, the first 3-homer game of his career last night as the Cubs beat the Nationals 12-6. I found this interesting. Earlier in the summer, Dansby Swanson, their teammates now, this was the number 1 and number 2 pick of the 2015 draft. Swanson had 3 homers in a game back in July. Bregman, his first career 3-homer game last night. Cubs win easy over the Nets.
Not with the wind blowing out at Wrigley, too, on the road in the nation's capital at Washington. And we talked about him kind of being a slow starter this year, but kind of about a month ago, kind of showing some signs. And then that was 3 for 3. He only had 3 at-bats, a couple of walks in there as well. But they're also now the highest scoring team in Major League Baseball. They are Pete Crow Armstrong is the favorite for MVP right now, even ahead of Ohtani, which is saying a lot. And where will they be on Monday morning? Because they finish up against Washington. No James Wood. Washington is not close to what they are without their best player. Guy that probably will finish in top 5 in the MVP voting. So then they have a 3-game set this weekend at home against St. Louis. It's a 500 team. Where do the Brewers go after San Diego? Chavez Ravine for 4 against the Dodgers, who are playing better. They had 2 eighth-inning leads at Petco at San Diego and lost both of them. San Diego got the little run that they're on right now, started against weaker competition when I was out there against like the Rockies and stuff, but now they're beating good teams. They've taken on 2 division leaders and swept them both. Milwaukee and help me out with the other one. Was it Seattle?
I'm going to have to take your word for it.
But two division leaders that they took on and swept them both. So
back to Bregman, to your point about him heating up. 333 in the month of August so far. That's by 60 points, his best month of the season so far. The 3 homers brought him up to 5. He's driven in 14 runs so far just in the first 12 days
I like
of
watching
August.
the interaction with him and because they're such a young roster. And they were just kind of, some of them were he's just so got that baseball mentality. He doesn't, look, when he was struggling a little bit earlier in the year, doesn't get too down. He's just been there before, and he just has a little bit of a calming, don't get too up, don't get too down, long season. And it's just you still see a little bit of the respect. Now, he has been unbelievable at third. Unbelievable third. Not so unbelievable. Tommy White's pretty much playing first base. So, when you got guys like Arenado and Machado and Bregman playing third, that's a big ask for Tommy White. So, who, by the way, the A's, they are just Tampa Bay, 9-0. They finished their road trip. 9-0 on the road.
Oof,
so they are pulling weight because the Yankees are red hot, but they just can't make up any ground. 5 back in the American League East. And another team has quieted down is Boston after that unbelievable run. They're now 10 games back in the American League East. They still got a little cushion for the wild card, but still they have cooled down considerably.
Bregman a common influence on that team. How many postseason games has Alex Bregman played?
A lot.
102.
More than the whole team, huh?
And I would have. I'll put a pencil to it, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. We are at Bally Sportsbook, downtown Baton Rouge. Come on by and see us and check out the games here on the gorgeous big screens. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And return here at Bally's live at lunch. Jimmy, we got baseball starting here in just a few minutes. You got some plays for one of 6 afternoon games?
A good night last night, 3-1 on Otter Locks, and so with a couple of dogs in there as well, and a pitching matchup that's going to be really good in a pitching-friendly park. Goes in 10 minutes at Detroit. Cleveland Guardians with Parker Messick, who is this battle of the Rookie of the Year. One pitcher for Cleveland and the McGonigal for the Detroit Tigers. Guardians got him for us last night with that pitching matchup that we are favorable, beating Framber Valdez. I like both pitchers tonight. Montero has been very good for Detroit. I'm going to go under 8 in that getaway special that starts in less than 10 minutes. And Detroit, and I've got them. We're going to lay $1.28. That's available over here at the DraftKings Sportsbook at Bally's as well. With the White Sox looking to take 3 or 4 against Cincinnati. Andrew Abbott in the Reds there. So White Sox have just been. We know that they've been a real good ROI team this year. Exceeded expectations. They've been one of the worst teams, if not the worst, over the last 5 years or so. But we like them tonight. This afternoon. That goes at 12:10 also. 12:10 also. Davis Martin, who's been really good for the White Sox. Their splits, home and away splits, have been drastic. Much better at home. Give us the White Sox minus 128.
Mike Delicano is with us today. Mike, the Saints joint workouts with the Jaguars are going to play on Saturday afternoon. We're not expecting to see Perkel and more into the starters, but just what you've been able to read, glean, whatever, from what we see. We're into the grind part of camp. They've been there for a while, but the season's still a long way off, it feels like. So just what you can pick out so far.
And it looks like that the Saints are really emphasizing these workouts with other teams. I believe they're going to do that again next week, I think, also. So usually you see a team do this
Rams,
once during the year. It looks like they're going to do it at least twice during the year. And they're emphasizing the starters doing a lot of reps today. And from a little bit I've kind of gathered, it looks like they've been they've played very well offensively against the Jacksonville defense. And they've really – actually both sides of the ball. It looks like they've gotten the better of Jacksonville. It really doesn't mean anything right now. But I think what it showed is that the offense was kind of struggling against the defense the beginning of camp, and they kind of like this should be a big confidence booster. Tyler Shuck apparently looked sharp. The receivers were beating their DBs, making a lot of plays, and so they look good in the red zone, which has been a problem for this team for a while now. So, again, it's just getting some work, improving your team, and staying healthy. It's just, and you can't really the staying healthy part. You just can't really. There's only so much you can do on that. I mean, it's, they've already lost, as we discussed last week, a starting interior defensive lineman, and then now they've lost a starting backup guard. Raduns, how do you pronounce his last name?
Raduns is how I've said it, but I could be
he's a guy
mispronouncing.
He's a guy that started 10 games for him last year. So, I mean, your backups, he's a veteran. The Saints are playing Detroit the first game of the year. Detroit's lost their starting center for the entire season. So, I mean, it's not really a Saint thing, but it's just kind of these guys are so big and strong, and it's just hard to, when they make these cuts, to just kind of stay healthy sometimes. So
I've always said that preseason practice in anything will test whether you are an optimist or a pessimist. If you've been reading and following the Saints, you can choose to say, they can't block our defensive line. If you are the optimist, if you are the pessimist, it's like the offensive line stinks. Okay, they're getting dominated every day. Or the red zone troubles that they've had.
Right.
Which side do you want to look at? Are they playing great red zone defense or lousy red zone? So that's why you always got to take this and try to put it in some kind of perspective. That's why August is such a grind, man.
Exactly.
It is what you want to make of it. I don't know that I got a strong feeling one way or the other. I am hopeful that what they have added offensively makes a big difference, because they made a conscious effort to put the pieces around the quarterback. And if there's one positive on the offense, or the biggest positive on the offense, it is that the wide receivers seem to be making plays. We hear a lot about this, and even from non-starters. That Barry Brown has had a good camp. That Lance has had a good camp.
I think he's got a shot, man.
I always thought he was going to make the team as a return guy.
Well,
but how much is he going to play as a receiver?
The chances he did have, and I mean, keep in mind, you're talking about the Clemson game, man. That's a catch. I mean, so, I mean, that was when he given the opportunity as a receiver, we understand what he is. I mean, that's unheard of as far as a return guy. But I think I think he's pretty good, man. We know he can run.
If you have an elite returner, which he was in college, more so he got more chances at Kentucky, and he can also be an offensive player for you. That's to me, that's the best.
And Mike, traditionally, we've seen it, guys that can really run that aren't super productive. Well, they struggle with his hands are fine. I don't think I'll never see where I'm real like, oh man, he's got a lot of work to do, or he's just not going to. How many fast guys they willing to just kind of look past or not value it, or just.
They don't catch.
I mean, they just don't catch the ball.
They don't catch
as much.
the ball as smooth, and I've never.
And in traffic too.
That's something that's never really come up with him. The only thing that's really come up with him is the size, but the difference is now with the Saints, is they have so many guys, so many speed guys. We're saying they added receivers, they added speed receivers. So I mean, you got Tyler Shuck, who appears to have one of the strongest arms in the NFL. He really didn't throw a lot of deep balls. I really don't have a strong opinion on his deep ball, the way he throws it, but he obviously has the arm strength to make some deep throws. So this can be a team that can really open up the field, run guys in those clear out post route, those clear out go routes, and then run your crossing routes underneath. So there's really a lot of things they can do, and you don't want to. We'll maybe see a little bit of it in the preseason, but as the season goes on, it could be something to look for if everybody can stay healthy. It looks like Jordan Tyson has made a lot of plays today. Him and Bailey looks like he caught a touchdown.
How far should Chuck be along this year? Maybe he had 11 starts last year?
No, he had nine starts last year, and it seems to be, and again, it's kind of early to say this, and this is a good thing, I think. It seems to be he's more of a gamer than a practice guy, because I don't know if, I'm sure we're going to talk about the Minnesota situation a little bit later, but you really don't have many pure quarterback competitions. But last year it looks like the Saints did. And I really thought Shuck was going to be the starter when they drafted him. And, Kellen Moore went another direction. I don't know if that was if Rattler outplayed him in preseason, in practice and that kind of things. But it looks like he's a gamer. When he gets in there, it looks like things slow down for him, and he seems to be a step-up guy.
Why rush him if they're not we talk about that. That's not uncommon to take your time.
No, but like what Charlie
whether he's a third round or second round,
right. But what Charlie was saying earlier, a lot of the reports from this year have been that the defense has been getting the better of the offense. And, Shuck they haven't looked really good in the red zone apparently with some of their opportunities. But again, but then today it looks like he steps up where they're making plays. So
one of the pieces on offense too. You're swapping out your starting running back. You're swapping out at least one receiver, if not two. You're swapping out one offensive lineman and really a second because they've been moving Ruiz inside. You got two new tight ends behind your starter. In fairness to the offense, there's a lot more new pieces than there are on the defensive side.
I agree. But it looks like, for example, Chase Young looks like he's dominating whatever Saints offensive lineman goes against him.
Picked up where he left off at the end of last season.
So, you get reports on defensive guys making plays where you're not getting that from the offense. And, again, it doesn't really mean much, but that's what we have to work with right now. So, Shuck, his best years are ahead of him still, but it looks like he's got a lot of talent and a lot of ability, and it looks like he has the potential to be able to do everything.
I'd like to see what the second unit offensive line looks like. That'll be my – if we're not going to see Shuck on Saturday, that'll be what I'm looking at because they have experimented a little bit with Ruiz at the backup center. The kid from Auburn is back at practice now. That's good. Mm-hmm. I haven't made it a big secret that I would like to see them upgrade.
Ruiz had a bad year last year.
It's really more like 2 bad years in a row. Yeah. But I would like to see.
Been around for a while, Mike.
Yeah, no, but they've commented. The people in the organization have commented that he needs to step it up this year.
Haven't we seen enough?
Yeah.
Aren't you? Don't. He got drafted in a COVID draft. Haven't we seen? Don't we have a large enough sample size?
Right now, they don't have a better option, at least at this point. But that could change if Jeremiah Wright turns out to be the player that they think he can develop into, and it might be a year from now. Then I think they're ready to make that move. The other one is who the third running back is going to be, and I know who I'm voting for. Because, stop me if you've heard this one before, but Kendre Miller has been out, and Devin Neal has been out. Estime was, I thought, a real honest back when they played him in the last part of last season. And by honest, I mean he's not going to wow you with his size or his speed. He hits the hole. He runs north-south.
I don't see any explosion out of him.
The Carolina game, he hit the hole a couple of times. At this point, I need somebody who can be on the field. And Miller's just never on the field. I had some hopes for Neal last year. He hasn't been hurt as much as Miller has. We're talking about a third-string running back here, Jim. I'm not talking about somebody who's going to play a lot. But if they got to keep one more, that's who I'd vote for right now.
You look at all the injuries at running back last year; they all had to play. So you got to have depth. You got to have depth. You got to have depth everywhere. But running back is brutal right now in the NFL. So Estime they picked him up from when Denver let him go. So between Bailey and Estime, ex-Broncos have jumped in pretty well for the Saints.
Yeah, as long as they're out there and they're performing, I can at least get a read on them. I'm to the end kind of with Kendre Miller. He can't stay on the field.
I think the Saints are too, Charlie, probably.
We're brought to you by the Thibodeau Store and the Pierre Parts Store, the only stops you'll ever need for tailgating supplies. Grills of all sizes as you get ready for football season. Tons of accessories to go with them. Custom Cajun cookware, cast iron pots and skillets. Your Dodge Dutch ovens from 3 quarts on up. Polished stainless steel pots. Pressure cookers, fryers. Jimmy, am I leaving anything out? You've done a lot of shopping preseason at the Thibodeau store.
Whatever you can imagine that you need, and things you don't imagine that they have. Just all the the stuff to prep it, to store it, to to the ice chest and in the portable stoves and multi-burners, single stove burners, double, triple. I mean, jambalaya pots are cooking pots of all sizes and price points. I mean, the propane burners, I mean, the rigs, I mean, the gadgets, the utensils, everything you can imagine, and then some. They got it for your outdoor cooking, for your tailgate needs for this football. It's a must for August. So I'm going to be making a trip down there this August, another August field trip down to the Thibodeau store or the Pierre Part store to do it again, because to load up on everything I need to cook this football season.
900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, Highway 70 in Pierre Port, Highway 308 in Lockport, East Main Street in La Rose, and online for all 4 locations, thethibodeaustore.com. Live at Bally's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All right, back over here at Bally's Watch. They're underway. Detroit and Cleveland, and the White Sox in Cincinnati. It's getaway day. A lot more Wednesday getaway days this year than Thursday. They're giving that whole day off. A lot of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday series, midweek series, and then they give them that whole day. And here we are. We're showing highlights of Jordan Spieth, your boy, just hooking drives into the woods.
He's got the lead. He's tied for the lead, Jimmy. He's tied for the lead.
Huh?
Spoilers. He's 5 under through 17.
So
this is the classic Spieth experience. He's dropping in the middle of the porta potties. That's perfect. That's exactly Jordan Spieth. But he's somehow tied for the lead. He needs a good finish to make the top 50.
What does the leaderboard look like?
He is he's tied for the lead with Michael Thorbjornsen, who won earlier last month. So I think that was the 3M Open. Maybe it was I don't forget what tournament he won. But Thorbjornsen is tied for the lead with Jordan Spieth. Victor Hovland, one of our picks, our consensus pick actually this week, is 4 under through 11 holes. So he's off to a good start.
Nice.
At CPC Southwind, where you got to avoid the water.
What do you think wins it? What are we looking at? So
typically about
18 to 20?
mid-teens,
okay.
14, 15 under. A lot of water out there, so you got to be careful.
It's a 4 under through 11, so Hovland, he could finish strong here. So Spieth is done for the day?
He's on the last hole. He's on 18 in the fairway.
Okay.
On 18. So.
Gotcha. So what's that?
I've got a game for you, Jimmy. I've got a game.
It's funny that you got an idea for me, because
yes.
On the way over today, I'd had a conversation with longtime contributor Sewer Rat, and so he was very, very curious to what exactly your role is on this show. And so
I was brainstormer today. I was thinking of a segment idea today.
Do you have a title? Do you have a title?
Whatever you want to give me, Jimmy. I'll take whatever you can give me.
I'm not into titles. I mean, we do the show, and you
creative consultant.
Can I call myself an important person, a VIP?
Mate, you can
very
knock yourself out. You can you can demand your Heisman back or your jersey, whatever it is. Whatever floats your boat. So I can't believe this guy did that. By the way, once Matt reported that, he personally reached out to LSU. Anyway, all right, what you got? What the hell you got up your sleeve?
We've seen at the beginning of the NBA season, the Inside the NBA guys asked Charles Barkley who he played for, right?
Oh, so it's a plagiarism here, huh?
This is a plagiarism.
Okay.
This is who do I play for?
Did you
backup
sign one of these
quarterback
documents
edition.
when you're in J school, huh?
No. I'm calling it who do I play for, so it's slightly different.
Okay.
Charlie is not participating because he claims to know all these, which I tend to doubt, but we've got Dello and Jimmy here going to play along. So I'll give you an example, and it comes with a bit of a hint, so you can listen in the hint. It's kind of like Jeopardy. So this is an example. Y'all can both participate, and feel free to participate in YouTube if you're watching along. For example, my name is...
We're at the casino today. We don't have viewers, and because of obvious reasons.
Yeah,
privacy reasons for our patrons.
We're on YouTube. They can't see us, but they can participate in the chat section.
Right.
So, for example, you could start with, my name is Graham Mertz. I wore Tim Tebow's number 15 at Florida, and I could wear any number with my current team, one of only 6 in the NFL not to retire any number. My name is Graham Mertz. Who do I play for?
Oh, who do I play for?
You know this one because he plays tonight. Come on, you called him out.
Yeah,
Graham
I already mentioned it. So
okay,
I mean,
I don't know.
Graham Mertz might be the
one of only 6 not to retire number.
In career, most improved players I've ever seen. If not he's on the list. Quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get better. I get it, but we saw multiple years him starting at Wisconsin, and he got to Florida. He was bad at first, and man, he had a pretty good last year. And that was the one where Lagway was a true freshman, and they included him. But so give us a hint.
The hint is he's one of only 6 in the NFL, plays for one of the teams that does not have any retired numbers, largely due to my franchise's age. I have not retired any numbers at this team, largely due to my franchise's age.
I will say Carolina.
Even more so. Even more
newest,
so.
I'll say the newest team.
This expansion franchise is in a market that previously had a team.
Oh, Cleveland.
No.
Oh, the Ravens.
No.
Okay. Never.
The Texans.
Oh,
Houston
okay.
Texans. Graham Mertz.
Okay.
I play for the Houston Texans. All right, rapid fire here. We've got quite a few of them.
I
prepped this.
Max's game show.
Yes.
Did you want to be a game show host?
I kind of did.
Jimmy, you challenged him.
I didn't have cable growing up, so I watched a lot of The Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune.
So this is the answer to Sewer Rat's question.
I'm a game show host.
He's a live at lunch game show host.
All right, Jimmy, you know this one, so I'll give this one to Dello here. My name is Tommy DeVito. My head coach would much prefer to discuss me and my Italian heritage than to field questions about another Italian American. My name is Tommy DeVito.
Oh.
Who do I play for?
Oh, that's nasty.
Yes.
That's nasty.
Oh, he plays for the Patriots.
That's correct.
But, yeah, the girl. I know. I got it.
Who's the Italian?
Diana Rossini.
Diana Rossini. That's pretty
She's Italian. Answer questions. Yeah,
Diana Rossini.
She's married to an Italian.
No.
Rossini is pretty Italian.
No, they had the little thing with the coach for New England.
Yeah, Mike
Vrabel. He was at the Titans.
What little thing you talk about?
No, we don't talk about that.
This is Max.
But is that her married name or is that her?
No, that's her name, I think.
That's her name.
I believe so.
But she is married. She didn't take her husband's name?
No, I think that's correct. Charlie says no.
Well, there they go. Caution signs right off the bat.
That was actually pretty clever.
She doesn't take her married name?
That's pretty clever on Max.
Point for Dello.
Max, our live at lunch. Clever game show host.
All right, point for Delicano. All right, Jimmy, here we go. My name is Josh Johnson. I have played for an NFL record 14 teams.
14?
I had 2 previous stints with this team, including in 2013, where I didn't throw a pass.
The Browns.
But I rushed it 7 times.
Browns or Ravens?
My name is Josh Johnson. I play for the Bengals. I play for the Cincinnati Bengals. Incorrect.
He's keeping it in a division, huh?
He plays tonight.
How many different stops in the AFC North has he had?
Yeah, I know he's played for the Ravens.
Oh, stump the host. Oh, yeah, stump the game.
14 teams. I'm gonna say all 4.
I didn't know he was still in the league.
So he played with the Browns, Bengals. And he never played with the Steelers, did he?
No, I don't think he has. That's a good one. We'll go with 3.
Right. The host doesn't know all the information.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have that prepped. Okay.
So Max, the talented, semi-informed game show host of Live at Lunch. Yes.
All right, here we go, Dello. My name is Chris Oladokin. I'm hoping this team gives me holiday pay again this year, so long as the bus doesn't leave without me. My name is Chris Oladokin. Who do I play for?
So wait.
I'm hoping this team gives me holiday pay again this year, so long as the bus doesn't leave without me. My name is Chris.
I guess he plays at Pittsburgh.
Oladokin.
Pittsburgh.
He plays for. Do you know this one, Jimmy?
I don't know. Whose bus left early? Huh? Who missed the bus?
He plays for the Chiefs. The Nuss bus is, of course, in Kansas City.
Oh, that's stupid. That's real. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was thinking Jerome Bettis.
Holiday pay. He started on Christmas for the Chiefs last year.
Okay. It is constant evolving title.
Yes.
On the show.
The Nuss bus.
No. It's sort of the Live at Lunch, semi-informed, failing game show host.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, no. All right.
That was a fail.
Jimmy, here we go.
That was terrible.
We know this guy. Jaylen Milroe. My name is Jaylen Milroe. After a long rookie season on the sidelines, at least you can currently watch me on HBO with this team.
Yeah.
My
the
name
Seahawks.
is Jaylen Milroe. I play for
They
the
just drafted him
Seahawks.
last
He
year.
was drafted by the Seahawks.
There you go. Long
Yes.
rookie season, of course.
Yes,
Played
and Hard Knocks is, yeah. Did
all the way to
you
Super
see
Bowl.
them when they got their rings on Hard Knocks?
I missed that, no.
That was kind of a cool deal. They dropped it. They had an event up in the ballroom, and they dropped the box down on their table and stuff, and so they all opened it.
Okay.
Kind of just a lot of pomp and circumstance, which is, but they won a Super Bowl. So just kind of a good moment for a team camaraderie. Right. I thought it was cool.
All right, Dello. Let's go on to my name is Nick Mullins. My name is Nick Mullins. I signed a 2-year, $4.5 million contract with this team in the offseason, which I could use for a wig or extensions to match the quarterback I now back up.
I know Nick Mullins and Charlie Kirsten when he put on a show on Monday Night Football against the Steelers and whooped them.
I think Nick, he played at Southern Miss, I think.
He did. Yes, he did.
Yes,
my name is Nick Mullins.
Of course,
he played with San Francisco for a while.
Yeah,
$4.5 million contract,
did he
which
play
I could
with the
use
Chargers
for a wig.
too, Max? Did he play with the Chargers too?
I don't think so.
He's with.
What do you mean you don't know?
He's with
How do you not know?
Tampa Bay.
What was
Do you
it?
know this one, Jimmy?
What was this riddle?
I could use my $4.5 million contract to buy a wig or extensions to match the quarterback I now back up.
Well, T-Law's hair is real.
There you go,
There you go.
Jacksonville.
He's got the extensions?
No, but I could match him with a wig. There you go.
Max, I think you're too over.
Okay, all right.
Too over Jimmy's head on this.
All right, here we go, Jimmy. Here we go.
No, so it's a joke. You're trying to be funny.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
I'm a comedian.
Max Gotro, live at lunch comedian.
There we go. All right, Jimmy. My name is Sam Ellinger. My head coach once succeeded with another quarterback from my high school, and I'm hoping this year we're back atop our division. So he won with a division leader last year. My head coach once succeeded with another quarterback from my high school. Charlie is smiling because I think he knows this
Ellinger
one.
was with the Colts. He played at Texas. He was from the state of Texas. I'm pretty damn for sure. They were trying to say he was a poor man's Tim Tebow.
Pretty big high school in Texas.
That would Westlake.
You're doing a good job, Jimmy.
Is it Westlake? Or
It was Westlake.
Okay, which is in Austin. Or is that,
So my head coach succeeded with another quarterback from Westlake High School.
The head coach of the Colts is who now?
No, he
don't
doesn't.
even know.
He doesn't play for the Colts.
You're getting colder now. You were also a good start.
So where did he go? What team? I don't know what team.
You don't know
he
this
went
one.
to. I don't know where he went
Division,
to.
won a division.
He's at
Sam
They won a
Ellinger
division.
last year.
They
His
won it.
coach succeeded with another quarterback from Westlake High School.
Oh, okay. Well, he's with Denver.
Denver.
That's
there you go.
correct.
Yeah, now
Sam
that was
Ellinger.
good. That
There
was
you
good.
go.
That was good.
That
There
was
you go.
good.
I
That
know
was
it's Denver.
Made you think. Process of elimination.
Breeze just win the Hall of Fame this weekend.
Westlake,
Very good.
yes.
Very good, Max.
Okay, you kind of like Graham Mertz of the host. Okay, now your title, the Graham Mertz semi-informed, funny talk show host. Graham Mertz. Yes. So come
All right,
on,
last
come on,
batch.
Graham.
Two more here.
Graham Gotro.
Dello. My name is Joe Fagnano.
Oh gosh.
I spent my college years at Maine and UConn. A previous small school quarterback who shares my name was elite for my current club.
That would be Cincinnati. Joe Flacco.
Not quite. You're on the right track, though.
Sam.
I was
Previous
thinking-
small school quarterback who shares my name was elite for my current club. You're on the right
Sam
track
who?
with Flacco.
Sam who? There's no other quarterback
It
named
is-
Fagnano. So
it is Joe Flacco that I'm thinking
why
of.
you say
but
Sam?
No, Joe Fagnano.
Oh, it's Joe Fagnano. Oh, I
So it's Joe
I heard
Flacco.
Sam.
It is, but he was elite with my current club.
You sure you didn't say Sam?
Maybe won a ring with this team. Give you a hint.
You got
Joe Flacco.
He got me.
Joe Flacco won a ring. Won a
With the
Super Bowl
Ravens?
MVP. The Ravens.
Oh,
Joe
the-
Fagnano plays with the Ravens.
Okay,
That is correct.
okay.
He was elite with my Ravens. That's correct.
How many did you give us total?
Yes.
How many questions?
He has one more.
You've got one more.
Another one?
Just for you, Jimmy. This is for you. We'll
Can we
end
go back
on this one.
Can we go back to roasting Jayden Daniels for personally reaching out to LSU for his trophy?
We could do that. We could do that. We'll end with this one. My name is Dorian Thompson Robinson. My name is Dorian Thompson Robinson. While the Saban coaching tree is expansive, my head coach appears to be the only one to have played for Nick Saban. I don't think Charlie will have known this one. My name is Dorian Thompson Robinson. While the Saban coaching tree is massive, my head coach appears to be the only one to have played for Nick Saban.
Is he still with the Browns?
Not
no,
quite.
They got
He started for the Browns. Yeah, they've got a bunch. They've got Taylor Green. They've got
DTR, by the way, he might be the all-time leader in college regular season Sunday starts. Sunday afternoon starts. The regular season. They do play the Sunday games, a couple of them on the Labor Day weekend, but they played a conference COVID year. They played a Sunday afternoon game against Cal.
Charlie, you know this?
You remember?
Texans. He's guessing Texans. Jimmy, you're not going to get it, but you could try.
Well, the coach of the Texans, he played for Saban? He played. I think he played before Saban.
D'Amico did not play for Nick Saban, as far as I'm aware. Any guess?
So think somebody young.
I don't know.
My name is Dorian Thompson Robinson. I threw for over 1,000 yards this year for the now defunct Birmingham Stallions.
All right, another fail, Max.
How many? AJ McCarron is my head coach.
How many total did you give us? Like 8?
I think you got 10. I think there were 10 of them.
All right, 1 for 10.
I had more.
1 for 10. No, that is
that was the one to end on. That was my comedic relief. See you later. I'll retire in the sunset.
I have to say, I'm now more confused about your role than ever. Because that was clearly some of your worst work.
I have some more we'll do during the break.
There you go.
No, we good. Bring back Charlie. So anyway, don't forget our friends at Relief Windows at reliefwindows.com. And you know what? You'll be seeing their stuff over at Tiger Stadium because they are an official partner for LSU athletics and LSU football. Relief Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. And if your homeowners association requires wood windows like mine, listen, these things are not cheap. So you want to go cheap, and you're going to pay good money for something that's not going to last. I was talking to Brandon Holly yesterday. I said, man, the windows that you installed in my house 6-8 years ago are like they're brand new. They open up as smoothly as possible. They look as much, have not painted them. They're treated to the core. They look brand new. They're professional on how they do. Getting ready to get a new door from him as well. So windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Again, do it right the first time and save your money. Save yourself some money long term. Call Relief Windows at 288-8138 and reliefwindows.com. Live at lunch, live at the DraftKings Sportsbook at the Bally's Casino downtown on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Back here at Bally's Live at lunch. By the way, I got all of those right. I didn't miss any of them. I decided to take the segment off.
We'll take your word. I mean, the Riddler's game show. I mean, jeez. The Birmingham Stallions.
I had that one.
It's August, right?
Yes, it is August.
We have more August news?
Well, we do.
We get some comments, public comments on the August news.
One of those little, coincidences that make life worth living. Kiffin was scheduled to speak to the media today. Okay, the schedule that they put out 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, whatever.
And he said, just bet Major League Baseball and golf, and you get through August a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's not what he said, actually.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what, I'll let you listen. This was Lane Kiffin. He was asked. I think I got this. We're doing this off of Twitter here because we haven't had a chance to turn this around. So bear with us, and I'll give credit to Mike Scarborough and Wilson Alexander. We're pulling this off of Twitter just because I want you to be able to hear it right now, and I want to be able to hear it myself. So this is Kiffin was asked about the number 5. I'm sorry, Pickett first. This was DJ Pickett about wearing number 5.
Do we have to bring back Max?
Yeah.
Jordan,
okay.
what's going on?
Yeah, that's that audio. He says, "I've worn number 5 my whole life, and I wish Jayden Daniels nothing but the best." Basically, is what I'm reading here. I'm trying to do this on the fly. This all happened just a few minutes ago. Kiffin said that he didn't have an answer on. He was asked out of the gate, and he said that he did not have an answer on what would happen if number 9 came up. So these are the kind of things that you want to move past as quick as you can. I give them credit for getting out and addressing this. Obviously, you got 2 sides to this. I gave you my side at the beginning of it, which is I am flabbergasted that this is something that all these parties are addressing. I'm very surprised that Daniels is reacting this way. LSU is kind of put in a spot here. Matt did some excellent reporting earlier in the show. This is happening kind of on the fly, that Daniels' camp requested LSU return the Heisman Trophy. LSU, according to this, has no intention of doing that and is undecided on to what degree it will comply with the cease and desist.
Good Lord. My goodness.
And cease and desist, what? I asked this at the beginning of the show. I'll ask it again. You want your name out of the record books? You want, no recognition for the incredible things you accomplished here? Do you never want to come back? I mean, all of this over somebody else wearing a number? I don't get it. Look, it was his accomplishments. It's his trophy. I think you get 2 copies of the Heisman Trophy, by the way, one for the school and one for the guy that used to do it that way. Not even sure if they still do, to be honest with you.
Well, the one that LSU has, he wants.
And they apparently are not going to give it back to him.
Oh, really?
No, that's what they're saying. They have no intention of giving it back.
I mean, this is I'll tell you what, in my world, Charlie, I don't count, huh? Because this is a nothing burger. This is so dumb, and it is on everywhere, and it's only escalating.
Sure.
I mean, I'm watching, the herd right now.
It's a starved. It's a starved news cycle.
ESPN,
Everybody,
should the graphic, on some of the many TVs we have over here at Bally's, should Heisman winners have their jersey retired? I mean, that's.
Well, let's say, okay, Mike, do you think Heisman Trophy winners should have their jersey retired?
Well, different.
Number retired.
Well, yeah, no, I don't think anybody should have their number retired.
Statue?
You can't,
statues are more common now.
No, I agree with
we just talked about it. Baker Mayfield, they had 6 guys with number 6 since. Some schools do it.
I'm with you on this.
It doesn't freaking matter.
Yeah,
it's just so dumb, man.
You do the Ring of Honor.
And they are making this thing to be, it's just. I mean, Pickett's going to dig his heels in. Daniels wants his trophy. LSU don't want it. It's so stupid, man. I mean, it's got nothing to do with wins and losses. I mean, you just.
But this is one of those stories that's going to follow him around for the rest of the month.
Yeah, so he's in the middle of training camp in Washington, and he's got to address it now.
Yeah.
Kiffin, my biggest concern was earlier, how does this affect the field? Does this become a distraction at any point? Well, we say Kiffin's used to distractions. All right, that was all right. But it's kind of growing. This thing is, it's so.
I
can't believe
the ironic.
It's so dumb,
the
man.
ironic thing is that this is going to taint Jayden Daniels' image.
Absolutely.
And he has an excellent image here and everywhere.
Yes,
everywhere.
That's a very good point.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Everybody likes him.
Because I didn't believe it. I didn't believe it. Well, till I read Matt's that he reached out personally, and then Matt did a good job. But I didn't believe it was him that called LSU himself.
Yeah.
I didn't, but that's Matt's report. Matt's got me. I'm not putting that on in black and white if it's not factual.
Back to the thing I said at the very beginning of the show. I was like, really? Yeah. No, come on. This is fake news, right?
I know.
This is some fabricated thing by a troll who just put this out there. And
this is Max's fault. His segment was so bad. We're back on this.
When.
Do you want to play the game show?
I got them all right.
What's Yodeler?
Cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger, yes.
And again, you go back to what I asked at the beginning of the show, which is, you went to the lawyer's office, and why didn't you just pick up the phone and go? Well, apparently he did. Lane Kiffin said he has talked to DJ Pickett.
Okay.
Okay. They're kind of vague about the contents of that conversation, but apparently he did talk to Kiffin. Apparently he did talk to Verge, and it's okay, man, we get it. You won the Heisman Trophy here. We love you. We'll build a statue one day, put your name up on the thing, but we got another number 5. And, like I said at the beginning of the show, there's another number 9. If there was another number 20, okay. I mean, I'm just – there's other ways to do this. And now you created a drama for 2 different teams, one college and one pro. That,
like I said,
it may not inhibit you, but it ain't helping.
Fans aren't happy about this.
No. This is
where
your head is.
What's on your mind?
Yes.
Wait till and Burrow's going to get thrown into this too.
Absolutely.
They're going to ask him.
They're going to ask him. You betcha, Mike. It's a great point. It's a game day today.
You're right.
So they don't have practice, but I'll bet you they go into that locker room and try to find him after this game tonight. He's probably not. Well, no, he is playing, right?
Yeah, he's playing a little bit.
He's
supposedly.
playing. Burrow tonight.
Yes, he's playing. He played last year. He's playing again.
So
at 16, 18 snaps, 1 or 2 series.
If they follow procedure, the quarterback will address the media after the game. So he's going to get asked about this tonight. What happens if
you remember
somebody
last year's first game? What he did? 2 drives. 2
touchdown drives. Yeah. I do. Were they playing Washington?
They're playing Detroit tonight.
I don't remember. Yeah, I do remember.
Detroit's sitting pretty much
because
everybody.
we were flabbergasted that they were going to play him. It's like, really? He's coming off the injury? You want to play him?
Right.
And they did,
No,
and he played well.
Because they went 2-0, so he got positive reinforcement. So he's doing it again.
Yeah, so after the game tonight, when he goes up there to talk about this, fabulous preseason game, they're going to say, hey, Joe, would you mind if LSU had somebody wear number 9? I'll be interested to see what he has to say.
Well,
are you really going to be interested?
Well, I kind of have to be because I do this for a living, and Lord knows it's going to be a topic tomorrow.
We did the game show. I mean, we don't have to do crap.
You're right.
Trust me, we don't have to talk about jerseys.
No,
trust me.
Well,
we can talk about games.
Let me ask y'all this. Does Burrow already know about it now?
Oh, he must.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
No, this has not escaped anybody.
Well, normally on the day of a game, you're doing meetings and things like that.
And the one thing that remains the same is, nobody's worn 9, and somebody wore 5. And that's that's a fact.
Yeah, it is.
That's a fact. So I'm not saying that, that this should result in it, okay? But, how would Burrow have handled it if somebody's rolling out with 9 and nobody's rolled out with 5? Keep in mind there's more time elapsed since Burrow won his.
What if Levitt was number 9? What if he had said he's in there in the airport in Knoxville, Tennessee, and it's like, man, we really need this guy, or other guy's gone.
Kiffin, I'm calling Burrow and say, dude.
Yeah, I need this guy, and he wants 9.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to Miami or whatever. Whew. Live at Bally's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch from Bally's Casino and Sportsbook on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
And we return here at Bally's NFL Network doubleheader tonight of the 6 games. The 2 that the NFL Network's got: Packers, Steelers, and Titans, Niners. Lions and the Bengals are also one of the early games. So we got 6 of them on tonight in preseason. You give out official picks on this yet? On any of the games tonight?
No. We'll give out 1 or 2 on Otterlocks tonight. A little bit of my hand is burned from last Thursday's.
The scoring explosion.
Yeah, that was as bad of a handicap in a preseason. Ultimately, it's preseason, but I mean, Tennessee's playing everybody. San Francisco's playing nobody. The first-year coach, experienced coach, coming off injuries in camp. I mean. Not that San Francisco's reserves can't beat Tennessee's reserves.
You're trying to build up your quarterback's confidence, get him ready, get him going. Cam Ward, I mean.
Yeah, well, he flat out said he needs to learn the system.
Yeah.
So he needs reps to learn the system. And that's the thing is, at least preseason, you have the threat of getting hit as a quarterback. Practices, controlled scrimmages, no, you don't. You don't want your quarterback getting hit because they're getting hit in compromised positions. So that's obvious what you do, but it still limits the development nothing is like reps in real games.
That is
and
true.
So
that's true.
Preseason, as bad as it is the closest thing for a quarterback to resemble a game itself. Those experiences. That's why the Ty Simpson thing makes no sense to me. This guy has got a chance. Now, was he drafted mid first round? If he plays another year at Alabama or Miami, would he have been drafted in the middle of the first round? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, but he's not going to get better in practice, in scrimmages. He'll play about 4 quarters this preseason? No, seriously, about 4 quarters or so, maybe 6. Okay, that's still not going to add up to game reps that you would have got 12, 13, or maybe 14 games.
You can't
replicate this past year, 14.
You can't replicate the game reps. I will say though, he's got one of the 2 or 3 best coaches that he could end up with, which gives him a better chance than a guy with that few starts than if he had gone somewhere where there was a defensive head coach or whatever.
Of course,
I mean, if you put him with Peyton or you put him with McVay, he's at least got a fight.
So he can't get drafted by McVay this year after this year?
I didn't say that. I just said it gives him a better chance because of the organization he's with. I was with you. I thought he should have went back to school for another year, but at least, put it this way, he didn't get drafted by Arizona. Okay, if he got drafted by Arizona, I'd be concerned about him. Although Beck has looked.
And for this year now, he is not a for sure number 2. Bennett.
If Stetson Bennett beats him out for number 2,
well,
they have real problems.
I don't know if it's going to be a competition. They might just. From what I've heard, they haven't decided yet what direction they're going.
I respect the hell out of what Stetson Bennett did at college. I never thought he'd get that far, but he is not a professional quarterback.
I'm just saying from what I've heard. I'm not.
Well, if Bennett beats him out, that's not good for the Rams.
But just because he's the backup doesn't mean he beat him out. See what I'm saying? But he might be the backup this year.
Well, the political would be put a number 1 draft choice on this guy. He's not even a second-team quarterback.
Yeah,
that wouldn't play very well. Here at Bally's for
you got NFL games starting at 6 tonight. We got the Saints game this Sunday at noon, and we got Major League Baseball going on right now, 1-0 at the bottom of third. Detroit against Cleveland. We got the FedEx St. Jude Championship on right now. So this is the screens is it's incomparable to anything around where we are. So you got to check it out. They do a great job, and the betting menu from that DraftKings provides over here at Bally's, and also the Queen is really outstanding. I went to the Queen on Sunday, man. It's just they do an excellent job. So Bally's and the Queen, both DraftKings run and operate it, and again, extensive menu for betting, and plenty of kiosks and friendly tellers to take your wagers.
Thanks, everybody, for participating. Tomorrow we'll be at Ruffino's. For Mike, for our game show host, Max, for Jimmy, I'm Charles Hannigan. And Jordan back in the studio. Charles Hannigan saying thank you and good afternoon. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.